Alright guys, welcome to the Murfreesboro, Tennessee Top 8. On our left we have Alex Mitchell, he is from the Murfreesboro area. And on our right we have Nick Givens, he is from the Memphis, Tennessee area. Both of these players have made it obviously the top 8. I'm not really sure who was the first seed here, but we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure both of these players are playing Seismatoad, Manectric. Maybe Nick's playing something different. I couldn't really remember what Nick was playing. He's played a different deck almost every day, so it's hard to keep up what he played with. But I know Alex is playing a kind of weird Manectric Seismatoad deck. I'll just go ahead and tell it right now. He kind of forgot to put muscle bands in his deck, so I mean he just maxed out head ringers. So he's always going to put those down at the very start. That's how he won a lot of his games. Just put head ringers down real fast, and his opponent's going to really take them off. Hopefully his match starts soon. It looks like from Nick's giveaway, it looks like he's going first. I guess attaching the energy turn was probably good in the matchup. Sorry for the delay. I don't know what's taking so long. I hear myself talking in the background, so maybe it's probably me. There's nobody sitting in that chair yet, which I know that was my spot. See, there I gotta at least sit down now, so maybe we'll get this game soon. But this is also day 2 of the Tennessee Marathon. If you watched the previous videos, we saw that Jacob Hope, I think it's how you say his full name, I'm like pretty sure. We saw him win with Bronzong, Mewtwo, kind of just X-ball his way to victory. And maybe, use Aegislash, people use special energies. This matchup is going to be kind of weird though. It's kind of a mirror match. I know it's a little bit different because Nick plays muscle bands. I still can't remember if he plays like the full just Seismatoad. I know he's playing Seismatoad because I see this top card. But like I said, Nick was switching decks every day. I couldn't get hard to keep up with him. I know at least for Alex he played Manectric Seismatoad for the majority of the time. I know day 1 he played Crobat. I think it was Crobat. And then he stuck out the other 2 days playing the Manectric Seismatoad thing. I think I see a fighting energy in Nick's hand. Or maybe a fire. So that's a fire energy. So like I said, I'm not really sure what Nick's playing. It might be like Seismatoad Victini Manectric. Or maybe he's not even playing Manectric at all and I'm just mixing my days up like I said. Once again, it's taking a while to set up. I'm sorry about the delay. Also, if any of you guys have suggestions on what to do with the videos, how to fix them, please let me know and I will try to do my best I can. Currently I am trying to get a mic to record better. I know currently I'm just using the laptop mic, which is not the best quality. And also I'm using just the regular Windows Media Live Movie Maker thing to edit the videos. If anybody has suggestions on what I should use there, let me know and I'll try to do that. So we're still waiting. I don't know now if it's I know Sam was taking a while too. Maybe it's, I know for sure it's me and Sam Liggett, which is the game 2 here. You see on the kind of above this game, but it's what's taking so long. So we see a Trubbish that Nick took out of his sleeve for some reason. I don't know why he tapped me on the shoulder. Maybe it's a sign that I'm taking forever to do. And today it's just me, Tracy, which is my girlfriend. She's currently not with us right now. She's went to her college. For those that don't know, we both attended the University of Memphis. I graduated last year, so now I'm trying to, I don't know, I'm looking for a job. Anybody has suggestions on my job, let me know. I'll take anything into account. But now I'm just trying to record some YouTube videos. Trying to step up there. Also, I'm 99% sure I'm going to be recording the states. I'm going to be trying to do in Arkansas and Tennessee. Try to see if I can get Mississippi. It's going to be harder. It's going to be hard to do, but maybe I can get that one too. But I know for sure that Tennessee and Arkansas I'll have no problems getting. I know Jesse and Rick Mitchell, the TOs from the 2 states, won't mind. So, also shout out to Rick Mitchell for this event. He's the one hosting the Nashville part of the marathons. Him and Clay Mitchell are the 2, I guess, TOs who set up the events for the 5-day marathon. Pretty nice. Also, Rick did a cool thing where he paid, I think it was like $150 worth of tokens. So everybody got to play like games, got to play basketball, skee ball. Just had a really fun day. I know a lot of people enjoyed it. You know, if you didn't do so good at Pokemon, you can goof around, play in an arcade. I know you're not going to be able to play it from my side, but if you're there at those events, or at that, I guess at the Murfreesboro event, you would have had a lot of, you would have heard a lot of the sounds of the arcades and everything going off. I know everybody's favorite noise was "Follow the Yellow Brick Road." They replayed about 5,000 times during the tournament, and everybody was mocking it by the end of the day. I know you can ask Mike Newman and stuff, and he'll for sure tell you. Alright, and so here we go. Start of the game. Like I said, Nick goes first. So we see it's Seismatoad, Trubbish on Nick's side, and 2 Manectrics and a Seismatoad on Alex's side. So we see a Flustone going to the Trubbish, DCE, Headringer going to the Toad, Headringer going to the Manectric, and Bike for 3. Nick is having a very, very good start, but just a pass, so no supporter. But for those who don't know, Headringer makes it where your Pokemon has to have one more energy, color's energy to attack. So there is see some Alex, a Lightning Energy, Laser, Headringer, Mewtwo. Let's see, flips the Tails. So for those who know, he attacks the Laser. Flip a coin. If heads, the opponent is asleep and poisoned. If tails, the Pokemon is just poisoned. So as you see, he just flipped Tails. So Nick's Seismatoad stays awake, but he does take 10 for the poison damage. No Verbic out yet. So on the next turn, we see a Fire Energy. He has to attach into the fire to just, you know, go over the Headringer, because it does not cost 3 colors energies. And we see a Quake Punch. Quake Punch does 30 damage. It makes our opponent can play trainer cards. And we just see Alex Mega Evolve into a Mega Manectric, which ends his turn because he doesn't have a Spear Link onto it. And we just see a pass from Alex on the Nick's turn. He just plays a Laser, puts him asleep, flipping the heads. Then we see another Quake Punch. Does 60 total. Poison does 10. Verbic adds plus 20 for poison. So we just see a pass turn once again. The Mega Manectric goes 120 on the next turn. The Toad's taking some poison damage. We see a Garbodor go down 2. We might just see another Quake Punch from Nick. 6, 12, 18. So the Mega Manectric does have 210 damage, or 210 HP, so it's going to knock out, die, going to Nick's turn. So they receive the Mega Manectric die, or gets knocked out from poison. And 12, 13. Now on Nick's turn, Seismatoad could get knocked out from poison here. We've seen a very uneventful turn. Oh, we see a Victini X from Nick. There we see a switch. Very nice. Now the Seismatoad is not going to get knocked out from poison. And he makes it where Alex can't play down a Hypnotoxic Laser to poison the Seismatoad to knock it out. So very uneventful turns from Alex and Nick. But they're just kind of draw past him. But Nick does have the energies to attack this game, or this turn. So we see a Sycamore from Nick, discarding 2 DC, a Muscle Band, and a Crushing Hammer. So yeah, it seems like Nick's just playing like more like an aggro Seismatoad, playing the Victini X with the V piece, just like maybe kind of the Virizion Genesect. I know there wasn't many Virizion Genesects. I know day 1, I think there's like maybe 2 or 3, and this day at the Murfreesboro there was maybe just 1. So maybe he thought there was going to be more. So we just see another pass from Alex. And on to Nick's turn. We just see another Quake Punch. He just keeps Quake Punch. Alright, finally an in from Alex. Can we finally see something happening? All Alex really needs is a... Well, he can't even attack with a Laser. Oh, and I hear the off to see the wizard thing going off in the background. Like I said, anybody going to the Murfreesboro tournament knows exactly what I'm talking about. The Follow the Yellow Brick Road, off to see the wizard noise. If you watched my last year videos, you can hear it going off the background a lot. So, in Alex's turn, I see him get a DCE. Question is, does he want to attach it to the active Seismatoad or not? He's at 90. Luckily, Seismatoad has 180 HP, so there's no way he's going to be able to knock out. Well, if he gets a switch, he can do Victini's second attack, which is 100 damage to an EX. So if Nick can get a switch, he can do that if he wants to. Because right now, Quake Punch with the Laser would only do 80, bring it to 170. So let's see here. Does Nick get the switch to send up the Victini to knock him out? There's the Enhanced Hammer, which discards a special energy in play. An Ultra Ball from Nick, discarding Verbic and in. Ultra Ball lets you search any card in your deck, or any Pokemon in your deck and grab it. And we just see a fail from Nick. I can't imagine him getting any more Pokemon. Maybe a 4th Seismatoad. I know he plays 4. Maybe 2 or 3 Victini EXs. I'm not 100% sure. So we just see a Quick Punch from Nick. I think it was a Lightning Energy to the Manectric. And I imagine Alex might play this in. Or maybe save it for next turn when Nick takes 2 more prizes. End him down to 2. See what happens. So on the next turn, here we see a Hypnotize the Laser. It's going to knock out this Seismatoad. We see a Crush Hammer discarding that Lightning Energy. So we see another Sycamore from Nick. He is running through his deck really fast. It's kind of a downside. I think Alex is just bluffing that he doesn't have his supporters. Here we go. So Alex can send the Mewtwo, draw on DC, and knock out this Toad. This is the only option I think to take a knockout this turn. Or no, 12, 13, 14, 15. All he has to do is draw a DCE. Sorry about that. So we see an in from Alex. Now, if Alex does top deck this EC, he's going to put Nick in a bad situation. Nick currently is down 2 DCs, I think, in the discard file, so he might have 1 left in his deck. And he's getting in down to 2. And I know he's blown through 3 Sycamores and multiple Verse Seekers. So I know Nick doesn't have a lot of outs to supporters. It'd be very surprised if Nick gets support off these 2 cards. Also, that Toad should be at 150. Doesn't look like Alex got a DC. Okay, so just a Lightning. So we see another pass. Like I said, the Toad should... Okay, there we go. Thank you, Nick. You're such a good kid. I say kid, but he's not a kid. Alright, so on to Nick's turn. So we see a Lysander bringing up the Mewtwo and a Bike for 3. And there's another DC from Nick. Just set up a Seismatoad for next turn if this one gets knocked out. Probably just see another Quaking Punch. Or Quacking Punch, depending on how you want to say it. Sorry about makeup. Sorry if I still sound funny. I've been trying to get over a sickness after the Pokemon Marathon. I'm not really sure where I got it from. I guess somebody from the marathon must have been sick and passed it on to me. So we see another N. Also, for those who don't know, N shuffles both players' hands into their deck and draws many prize cards they have left. That's why Nick only drew 2 last time and Alex drew 6. Same situation. Nick's only going to draw 2, Alex going to draw 6. I think Nick's blown through 3 or 4 bicycles too, so maybe he might be out of bikes now. I don't know, it's hard to say. I didn't really keep counting my fingers. Everybody's saying, okay, Nick's saying that he pulled on that Trubbish that turn, he can't evolve it, but he knew he at least had 1 Trubbish down this turn. Alright, so we see once again no energy from Alex, just kind of draw pass. Here we see another Quaker Punch, bringing it up to 90 total. Alright, so we see back-to-back-to-back ends. Now the thing is, if Alex leaves this Mewtwo active, they can just Quick Punch with the poison and knock it out. So Alex needs to retreat this Mewtwo. He needs to hit a DC to retreat. So let's see what happens. Once again, the Yellow Brick Road is going off again in my ear. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Once again, kids. Alright, so he did get the DC to retreat the the Mewtwo. Now it's Nick's turn. He needs like a lice. Oh, what the heck? So let's see here. So I guess I'm not sure what Nick's doing. He kind of just put his cards down all of a sudden. Okay, let's see here. So he's just going to Juniper? Didn't even play the laser? That's kind of weird. Crush Hammer. Gets tails. I'm not really sure if he... I don't know why he didn't play the laser down. Huh. Because Alex didn't Quick Punch him last turn, so he could have dropped it. I mean, he played the Crush Hammer, so he knew he wasn't item locked. Not really sure what happened there. Maybe it was just misplay. I don't know. So there we see a Zerosix. Which Zerosix does is discard any special energy or any tool in play. So he discards the DC off the... Okay, so we just see him discard the DC off the Toad, but it didn't matter. Nick had the Lysander to bring up the Mewtwo, and then we see a Intensify and Burn for 100 damage to knock out the Mewtwo. Hopefully everybody gets their head ringers back. It's kind of a weird thing with people playing head ringers. You gotta make sure everybody gets their back. I know if we've had instance where people have playing like accidentally like have gotten like 5 head ringers in the deck playing the same sleeves. So just make sure after every game you just count up your head ringers, make sure you have them all in your deck. Just double check. Make sure your opponent doesn't have an advantage by playing extra head ringers, but they're playing different sleeves too. So they easily see if they had the wrong sleeves or not in this deck, or this matchup at least. So we saw kind of just a draw pass from Alex. Hopefully the next game it's more eventful. Nick can get, or not Nick, Alex can actually hit a supporter. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know, I feel like this matchup is in Alex's favor just a little bit, just because you can assault laser for 120 with the muscle band 140, and if you have the laser, bring it to 170. You have to make the toad either retreat, or if they stay active, they're just going to die. But of course, if Nick does Quake a Punch the turn before, you can't drop a laser. I don't know, but it just feels like Alex has a more pressure kind of deck doing assault laser over and over again for 120, and if he can Mega Evolve to Mega Manectric and just power up more Manectrics, like regular Manectric EXs, than just send them multiple attackers, it seems like Alex does have the better advantage. While Nick only has the Seismatoad, which can only do 30, and since he's not playing Water Energy, he can't do the Grenade Hammer. So he's stuck to only doing Quake Punch and then using Victini EX to use Intensify and Burn for 100. So, but the problem with Victini EX only has 110, maybe 120. I can't remember which one it is. I want to say 120 maybe after thinking about it. HP. So he can easily knock out by a regular Manectric EX if it has a tool attached. So here we go on to game 2. Of course, in best 2 out of 3, the loser gets to decide if they want to go first or second. So we see no Pokemon in Nick's hand, and we see that Alex does have, I think he started Seismatoad? Not 100% sure. But I see the dice does go on top of the deck now. It's kind of, the rules kind of changed since, I think it was since last year. Usually you just draw your mulligan straight away, but now you put the dice on top of your deck, and you draw the mulligan after your opponent has played his prize cards down. It's a weird ruling, not 100% sure what it does to benefit your opponent, or how it benefits you, or like it gives who advantage. But we see Nick started a Victini EX. Now the scary thing is, like I said, the Victini EX could get easily knocked out, especially from the Seismatoad. If it Quake punches with a muscle band, it'll does 100 damage. Then with the laser, brings up to 130, which easily just knocks out if Alex can get everything he needs. So Alex go first. He puts the Floatstone on the Garbodor. I mean, not the Garbodor, but the Toad. He's saying, "Hey, you're not head ringing me this game. That wasn't fun last turn. Just kind of just have to wait and see what happens." Well, Alex had to just wait and see what happens if he can ever hit like multiple energies. Bad as himself from last game, he did it. Now Alex has a decision. He can attach the Lightning Energy. We see an Ultra Ball, discarding Ultra Ball and Lightning, but obviously he's not going to attach Lightning Energy. But if he did attach Lightning Energy, he has the option to either like Quake and Punch with just the Lightning Energy and like hope that Nick doesn't have a supporter kind of thing. And he also had a DC in his hand, but he's holding it. Maybe he's scared he doesn't want to get Crush Hammered off. Kind of a smart play. Well, not kind of smart play, it is a smart play. You're forcing Nick to either believe you don't have a supporter, or see it end. Either way, I don't think Nick kind of does a supporter. So there goes Alex DCE. Let's see. Sorry, I was listening to the conversation. Alex said he didn't want to touch DC because he knows he plays multiple Crush Hammers and he don't his DC to be gone. He said his other two cards were Verbrink and DCE, as I've been talking about. But it kind of just thinks not attaching energy turn 1. I understand his thought process behind of not attaching DC, just one less energy that Nick couldn't, I don't know, Crush Hammer off. Because if Alex can Quake a Punch before Nick drops a Toad, or before Nick uses his Crush Hammers, kind of just become useless. They kind of just become like dead cards in his hand. So we see a pass from Nick, and not getting another turn, or not getting another Pokemon. Okay. So we see a DC, got the DC, the laser. Everybody's talking about the yellow big red machine. Nick said hopefully it's going to run out of things, run out of tokens one day, guys. But it never does, I promise. It keeps going on forever. So here goes Alex. He's going to be able to do 60, 90 total with this Quake and Punch. And if Nick doesn't get into the Pokemon, he's just or have a way to treat or anything, he's just gonna die from poison. We see a Crush Hammer. Does he have another Pokemon? A way to get another Pokemon out? I don't think he does. So we see an N. Alright. So Nick has to draw a Pokemon off this. He does play the... Wait, do we see Garbodor for game 1? I imagine he's playing Garbodor. I would not see why he would not be playing Garbodor. If I remember his list. So he has Alce, Trubbish, another Victini, and Seismatoad. So let's see if Nick can hit it or not. If not, this will be a very quick game 2. Let's see, does Nick get another Pokemon? I see a Garbodor. And we don't see another Pokemon for Nick. So Nick kind of just scoops. Knowing that all he has to do is get quick punch next turn, he just loses. So very quick game 1 and game 2. Kind of stinks when your opponent doesn't have anything, but game 1 Alex didn't have anything. Game 2 Nick didn't have anything. Hopefully game 3 we will have a decent game. And not just draws pass, but that's how Pokemon is now. You just draw pass and can't really do anything. Just not being able to play in trainers kind of just stinks. I've seen it happen multiple times. People just lose because they can't play Ultra Ball or... Well, I guess Ultra Ball is kind of the only item card to use to get a Pokemon out now. So, they're trying to figure out how much time left. They have 1 hour left because it is best 2 out of 3, 75 minutes. So they've played 15 minutes? No, could be wrong. Hold on. Yeah, they used 15 minutes so far in 2 games. So they were having enough time to play game 3. No matter what happens. Either way, the game's kind of fast. Just Toad Locks makes it where you can't play half your deck. So basically, I think whoever wins this game kind of like who debates on who gets the headringers out first. We saw game 1 where Nick got a bunch of headringers out first and made it where Alex could attack. But here we saw, well, I guess we didn't see. Alex did attach the headringer first to the Victini X, but it was just because Nick couldn't draw another Pokemon kind of deal why he lost. So, like I said, hopefully game 3 we will have a Pokemon show up in Nick's hand besides the Victini X. Because once we see Victini X and nothing else, it's kind of a quick game from there. Just because Side Sword hits weakness and Manectric X can one-shot the Victinis. So. Oh, also, I think Alex only plays 1 Manectric X. I guess it's just kind of a way. Maybe a Pyro counter if you can't get your Garbodors out. I'm not 100% sure why he plays it. That would be a question to ask him. So, let me see. I didn't see which either one started with, I'm sorry. But we'll see once they flip over. And once again, we're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Follow the Olympic Road. Like I told you, it was going off all day. So we see a Victini and a Mewtwo start. Once again, just scary starting with Victini. Victini can easily get dunked, which kind of sucks. Kind of stinks. So we see N from young Nicholas. Hopefully Nick can hit a Pokemon. We don't need a repeat of game 2. I mean, we could see a repeat of game 2 and it'd be very fast video watching. So let's see here. Hopefully Nick can hit an Ultra Ball before he gets Quake and Punch. Let's see here. So they both get 6, like I said before, and show off your hand at your deck. Draw as many cards as you do have prizes left. So we both have 6 at the start of the game. So I see an Ultra Ball, a Jirachi, a Fire Energy, and a Muscle Band, and an Escape Rope, and an N. Question is, does he want to play any of that stuff? Now here, 20, 40, 60, 80. Now if that Victini X does have 110 HP, he could X-Ball it for knockout, or even Toad it for knockout. But I don't think Alex has that. If there's an Ultra Ball in Nick's hand, hopefully it's not. I don't know. Maybe seeing things. Here we see a Crush Chamber. Flip those heads. Nick is almost the king of flipping heads. So we're seeing N. Maybe it was an Ultra Ball. Maybe I'm seeing things. I'm not 100% sure. I thought it was an Ultra Ball. I know that was a Jirachi for sure. Which is kind of scary. There was a way Alex could have knocked out that Victini X last turn and had been a fast game. Here, look at how much HP Victini X has. Let's see real quick. 110. Yeah, so even Mewtwo could have knocked it out last turn. For those who don't know, Mewtwo's first attack is X-Ball. 20 times amount of energy to play. If you touch DC, 20, 40, 60. Then Muscle Band, plus 20 more, 80. Then a Verbic Laser knockout kind of thing. But that would have been very hard to pull off. But I mean, I've seen people do it all the time. So here we see Nick Ultra Balling away his whole hand. Maybe get a Jirachi for next turn. Yeah, so Jirachi for next turn. Sycamore. Just saying, hey, next turn I'm going to have a supporter no matter what kind of thing. And I guess Nick was taking precaution just in case if Alex does Quake and Punch him. Because if he does Quake and Punch him, he wouldn't be able to Ultra Ball next turn. And he would just be passing. Now I think, he can't even use Victini X's first attack because the Head Ringer is stopping him from using his first attack, which is Turbo Energize. Attach 2 energies from your deck to one of your Pokemon. I'm pretty sure it's to one of your Pokemon. I could be wrong on that part. So we just see a pass from Nick. Alright, so we see another Toad. DC going to the Seismatoad. Does he have a way to switch is the question. So we see a Laser. We see a Tails. So the Victini X is not asleep. But here we see a Sycamore. Does Alex hit a Floatstone and or a switch? We'll find out today. Doesn't seem like it. He might have put it down real. I would have played it down real fast. I usually don't think when I'm playing Pokemon. I kind of just do. See another Manectric, another Trubbish. See another Head Ringer, which he did. Not Alex. Nick did put a Muscle Band on that Toad before right when he played it down. So that's kind of good for Nick. Then we just see a pass. So the Victini X does take 30. Why is it up to 50? Oh, because he used Manectric's first attack was just 20 and 20 to anywhere, so that's why it already has 20 on it. Oh, so you see a Tails from Nick. I think it's the first one of the game. Maybe not. I haven't kept up 100% at what it was. So let's see. Does Nick have a way to attack this turn? He needs a DCE to at least attack with Seismatoad. Sorry about my nose once again. Kind of still stuffy from the sickness I overcame. Oh, there's a poison counter. Thank you, Jarrett, for saving us. I think it should be up to 80. There we go. Very nice. So just a pass from Nick. Once again, can't really get anything. Now here's what I said earlier. The Victini X has so few HP. It's kind of just an easy knockout kind of thing. So if you're not playing against Virizion, it's kind of like a dead card, kind of. I mean, it can do 100 damage to take a knockout, but. So we see Alex doesn't hit another switch or Floatstone, so it looks like this. The Victini's going to die for the poison, which is very nice. Not two free prizes, but 2 prizes. Good, Alex. So now it's 4-6 up in Alex's favor currently. And once again, Nick cannot get a DC to save his life. So we see an N. So Alex will get 4. Nick will get 6. Hopefully Nick can find a way to get a DCE, maybe a laser, put the Manectric to sleep, and then make it where Alex has to flip ahead to wake up. Or possibly not get knocked out next turn. I mean, he would get knocked out with the poison, go back to Nick and everything, and do 110 all the way, or combined. But can Nick hit any of this stuff? We'll find out here. We see a tool. I see 2 Head Ringers, which are going to both those Seismatoads, make it where he can attack with those. But I think we're just going to see a pass from Nick again. Nick is just whiffing on all these cards, or all these DCEs. I'm not real sure if he has any prizes or what, or if he I don't think he discarded any either. So we see an DC in Alex hand, which if he does attach the DC to Manectric, there's no way he can attack with the Seismatoad on the bench. So the DC goes into the Toad. Alex is fully committed to this thing. There we see a Licensure of the Jirachi, and you see a pass. So we see another question hammer for Nick. Whoa. Kind of roll on the table. Oh, okay. So I think that's a Tails. It looks like a 3. They're not discarding energy, so it's definitely Tails. Does Nick have a Sycamore? It doesn't look like he has anything currently right now. Or, I mean, not a Sycamore, but just any supporter in general. Then would you see a pass? Alright, so Alex top decks a Floatstone. Very nice. Sends up this Garbodor. Not Garbodor. Seismatoad, sorry. We just see a Quake Punch. Now, the bad thing about Quake Punch in here for Nick is there's no way he can switch to Jirachi without committing energies to it. So it's going to be maybe another easy prize for Alex. But we see a Jirachi, not a Jirachi, a Lysander bringing up the Garbodor this time. And maybe... Now Alex has to debate whether to play the end or not. If he plays the end against the switch, he'll be in really good, condition. I wouldn't. I don't know. It's such a hard decision what to do here, because if past Nick hits a switch and a DC or Garbodor, it's just stuck active. I know it's Garbodor, and I keep saying Garbodor. I'm sorry about that, guys. Trying to fix it. So here we see it in. Hopefully Alex can hit a Floatstone, maybe a switch. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, so we didn't see Alex get the switch, but he does get 2 lasers. So he has kind of like 2 chances to put this not Seismatoad, this Jirachi asleep. So there we see he has. Now it's asleep. Now he has a Verseeker in hand. I would kind of Verseeker for the Sycamore. There we go. Which, of course, Verseeker lets you search your discard pile for support and put in your hand. Now you kind of just want to play the Verseeker there, just in case Nick does hit a switch, DCE, and make it where you can't, or he Quake Punch you, and you can't play the Verseeker, and you kind of sit there supportless. So the next turn, he kind of benches the Victini X, which I kind of don't like, because now it's kind of another free prize for Alex kind of situation. So we see the Escape Rope, which Escape Rope makes it where each player switches his or her bench Pokemon or active Pokemon with a bench. The opponent switches first. So we see Alex promote the Mewtwo, Nick promotes the Seismatoad, of course. Now Nick really needs to hit a DC here to kind of take advantage of this turn. So we see a Bike, still whiffing the DCE. So he gets a Garbodor. And he almost attached a Muscle Band to the Garbodor, which would be kind of bad if he did, because then Alex could just bring up the Garbodor and make it stuck active, and all Alex has to do is Quake Punch it. But, okay, so we see a DC in his hand. So now he's going to be able to retreat this not switch to that retreat. Sorry, guys. He's going to attack with the Seismatoad. Do 50 to his Mewtwo. But once that happens, I'm not really sure how the game breaks down. We'll just have to see what happens. What Alex draws into. Because, of course, he's not going to play that laser. He's going to have to find a way to... he has free retreat because of Floatstone. For those who don't know, Floatstone makes it where your opponent has free retreat. So we see a Lightning Energy go into the Manectric. Maybe he wants to power up and use a Turbo Bolt. Or maybe Assault Laser, whichever one comes first. So there we see a Manectric X come down. Now Alex can set up the Toad with the 4 energies attached to it. Do Quake Punch for 30. And then do 30 again. Kind of deal, I don't know. It's going to be kind of weird. Kind of liked if he didn't Mega Evolve. That way he could use Manectric's second attack, do 120. So that way you Quake Punch 2 times, bring it to 60, then Assault Laser for 120. And just knock it out that way. But I don't know, Alex game, he probably knows what he's doing better than I do. He's played his deck more than I have. So then we see an in from Alex. Both players currently right now cannot play item cards. They're both item locked from Quake Punch. Quack and Punch. Good old Quack and Punch. Also, I want to give, I guess, not credit, but shout out to Alex playing full art Seismatoads and Mewtwo's. This is very nice. Kind of expensive to have all those cards, but he managed to get them. So you see a Lightning Energy go into the Manectric X, and you see another Quake Punch. So, it also Nick attached a DC to the bench side of the Toad on the turn. Here we see a Lysander from Nick, bringing up the Toad. And just doing another Quake Punch for 50. Now only Alex's turn. This is where it gets kind of boring. Just taking turns Quake Punching. It's kind of boring. You know, who can Quake Punch first kind of thing. But, like I said earlier, I kind of wish Alex didn't Mega Evolve, because if he didn't and he had to find a way to switch, he could actually kill this Seismatoad this turn if he drew into an energy or something. So let's get in. It's going to get Alex 4 cards, Nick 6 cards. So let's see here. So he did get the lightning energy, so he's going to be able to retreat this Toad. Oh, not retreat, he's just going to attack. Might as well save the energies, I forgot about that. Why retreat when you get attack? So we just see another Quake Punch from Nick. Now, if Alex wants to, he can retreat and kill it with this Manectric X on the bench. Question is, does he want to discard all those energies play? I think it's worth it. I think he also thinks it's worth it too. And he can also use Turbo Bolt to power up the Seismatoad X on the bench. So that way, if he does Lysander, he has a way to treat. Hopefully, he gets the energies out of the discard pile. Here we go. Alright, sweet. So hopefully, like I said, it goes onto this Seismatoad, or not, goes onto the other Manectric X. So we see a laser going from Nick, and hits Tails. So the Manectric X is awake still. Alright, so he just Quake Punch, does 60 total because of Verbank, and so Quake Punch is 30, plus 10 from Poison, the plus 20 for Verbank, so 60 total. And then we see a Course from Alex, the first supporter besides in Sycamore Lysander. So Course makes it where each the person who played it shuffle his or her hand into the deck and draw as many Pokemon as they're in play. Cards. Oh my god, sorry about this. Messing up. You draw as many bench Pokemon there are in play as cards, or backwards. So basically, Alex has 5, Nick has 4, so he draws 9 total. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you're watching this, you already understand some of these supporters too. So here we see the Mega Manectric retreat and bring up the regular Manectric EX. Its second attack does 60 plus 60 more if there's a tool attached, so it does 120 total. So on the next turn, we see a laser, flip heads. I think we'll see probably just a Quake Punch. Maybe. Nick kind of needs to switch. I would switch if I was Nick. That Seismatoad isn't a possibility to get knocked out if he does flip heads. Of course, he can just do 120 again. So we see Nick play his hand down and Bike. And I know I've explained this, but Bike does draw until you have 4 cards in your hand. So if you have 1, you draw 3. If you have 2, you draw 2, kind of thing. So we see a retreat from Nick. Bring on the Seismatoad. Do 60 total because that Manectric is poison and asleep. Here's a flip from Alex. And it's asleep, unfortunately. Which I don't think I see a way for Alex to win this turn. I could be wrong. I can't really see his hand. I see this Zerosic, so he's going to be able to discard this DC and force Nick to either, I don't know, have another DCE maybe? A way to retreat. So we see a flip, and it looks like the Manectric is still asleep. Hey, I'm pretty sure he would have turned that card to the right very quickly. So on the next turn, like I said, he needs a way to switch, at least, to keep this item lock, or draw to DC. But I think Nick really has nothing. He has like maybe 2 cards left in his deck. So let's see here. So we see a pass from Nick, and we see the Manectric X wake up. Then we see a Verse Seeker for Lysander. Break up either Jirachi and or the Seismatoad and do Assault Lace for knockout. So that is the Murfreesboro, Tennessee top 8, and I'll have the top 4 up as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Alright, bye.